Leaders, welcome back to Maxwell Leadership Indonesia podcast, where we believe in you, we want to add value to you, and we want to help you to lead yourself better, lead other people better, and to some of you who want to make this a living to help you make an income or making an impact leading other people. Hari ini kita akan berbicara tentang sebuah topik yang sangat menarik dari buku terbarunya John Maxwell, called High Road Leadership. Mungkin sebelum kita mulai, ada sebuah problem yang high road leader ini akan coba bahas dan coba solve. Kita hidup di sebuah dunia yang terpecah belah, di mana satu sisi dengan satu lainnya selalu merasa bahwa mereka benar. And we need people who would walk the high road, jalan tengah untuk menjadi seorang pemimpin yang baik yang memberikan contoh. And of course, we're going to have David cover this topic. So David, let's talk about it.
So, topik ini adalah topik yang sangat menarik dan topik yang saya sering ditanyakan. You know why? Because I've been together with my wife. Kita tahun ke-24 hidup bersama-sama, bangun bisnis bersama-sama. Jadi kita dari pacaran, suami istri, punya anak 1, punya anak 2, punya anak 3. And we've been business partners for 2 decades now. And so, banyak orang yang kalau mulai mereka kenal dengan saya, mereka mulai menyadari bahwa adalah David and Julia is like yin and yang. Oh my God, they're so different. Ya. Sebagai contohnya, kalau kalian bilang David Cokro Raharjo adalah orang yang quote-unquote introvert, pasti ketemu DT yang salah.
Right.
Karena David adalah orang yang super duper extrovert. But people that know us also will quickly identify that Julia is a reserved person. Dia gak enjoy ada di bawah lampu sorot, dia enjoy-nya adalah di belakang panggung. You know, kalau saya lagi buka mulut berbicara, saya pakai tanda seru. Julia pakai apa? Pakai tanda tanya. And so I got a lot of questions yang nanya adalah, how in the world do you two live together? Right? And so as John Maxwell cerita tentang high road leadership, it is a good tension point yang saya bangun di situ. Karena we live in a world that divides. Kita berpikir adalah, hanya karena kita berbeda, maka kita tidak harusnya ada di dalam satu ruangan yang sama. Boro-boro menikah, 20 tahun bareng-bareng lahirin 3 anak. Kira-kira begitu. Jadi business partner selama 20 tahun. So yes, we are extremely different. And I'm not claiming that I'm perfect. Because I'm not a perfect person. I'm not a perfect husband. I'm not a perfect father. Tapi we learn to embrace each other. Dan menggunakan kekuatan kita masing-masing yang begitu berbeda-beda to do something. So this is the win of high road leadership. Tanggal 21 September adalah acara 1 hari penuh dari jam 9 pagi sampai kira-kira jam 6 sore, di mana saya bersama dengan Mary Riana, bersama dengan Ari Marti Wibowo, Henry Suharja, dan beberapa teman-teman saya, we're gonna share with you based on the book of John C. Maxwell yang namanya adalah High Road Leadership. And that's what we want to talk about. Karena kita mau melihat bagaimana kita menjadi sebuah komunitas, menjadi seorang pemimpin yang membangun jembatan. Bukan, we are not the same. Kita gak percaya dengan hal yang sama, cara kerja kita berbeda. So we say that, well, you do your thing, I do my thing. Atau ada kata-kata seperti begini, I agree to disagree. Kelihatannya keren sekali, dan tentu dalam konteks yang tepat, agree to disagree is a very important skill set atau a very important communication skill. However, lebih sering itu dipakai dalam konteks yang salah menurut saya, right? And so that's what we want to talk about in September 21, right? But dalam podcast ini, I'm going to talk about 10 hal. You know, what does actually a high road leader ini harusnya siapa sih? Kira-kira DNA-nya atau ciri-ciri khasnya seperti apa sih? Kalau saya boleh katakan pakai kata symptom, tapi dalam konteks yang positif, kira-kira what does a high road leader look like? Number one, it is the type of leaders that value people. Artinya, kalau kita ketemu sama orang, kita memberikan sebuah apresiasi, kita memberikan sebuah nilai kepada orang-orang yang ada di sekitar kita. Let me throw you a hint. Is either kita katakan bahwa orang ini saya kasih nilainya 10, atau kita kasih nilainya 1. Now, kalau seumpamanya kita bertemu dengan seorang investor yang mau taruh uang di perusahaan kita, you better give the value of that person 10
Or 11.
Okay? Now, kalau Anda yang mau taruh uang di perusahaannya orang lain ini nilainya berapa? Now, a high road leader, the investor is a 10, and the investee is also a 10. Now, even though the 10 here and the 10 here memberikan hasil yang berbeda, it still give the same value, yaitu nilainya adalah 10. Let me give you another example. Itu sama seperti punya seorang anak, dan kemudian pada saat anak itu masih bayi, kita gak bilang bahwa adalah, lu value-nya cuma 1 ya. Kenapa? Lu cuma bisanya minta susu dari mamamu. Ya udah value lu 1. Kira-kira begitu. Nanti ya, kalau sudah bisa bikin 5 juta rupiah per bulan, nilai lu naik dari 3 ya. Right? Nanti kalau udah bisa bikin 100 juta, nah papa kasih nilai lebih tinggi lagi. See, that is one way to value a person, but that is not the way that a higher leader values a person. He is saying that your value is 10, my child. You know why? Karena dia lihatnya adalah pada saat dia 25 tahun. Hanya kalau kita value orang itu di 10, karena kalau satu hari Joe punya anak, and you value that child at a 10, then you take it seriously that I am the father of the child and I'm going to be a good parent. I'm going to educate my child. I'm going to love my child. I'm going to discipline my child. You know why? Because value-nya 10. So the first rule atau the first symptom of a good or a higher leader, dia selalu menghargai orang lain. Dan that value better be a number 10. That's number 1. Yang kedua, leader yang high road itu memiliki attitude yang positif. You all hear this before. You know, your attitude determines your altitude. Ya kan, ada sebuah saying yang mulai dari saya masih anak remaja udah dikasih tahu. Now I'm in my mid-40s and that is still a right thinking. You know, kalau kita punya attitude, sikap kita adalah selalu memikirkannya adalah, yang paling penting bisa cuan sebagai contohnya. Guess what? That is going to determine your altitude. Setiap kali gak ada cuannya, you decided that I don't want to do nothing about it. Kenapa? Soalnya kan gak ada cuannya. Jadi attitude is everything. Kalau ada sesuatu yang John Maxwell ajarkan dari 50 tahun yang lalu sampai sekarang, he is the master that teach you attitude. Okay? Karena high road leader itu, dia biasanya memiliki satu sikap yang positif. Satu sikap yang positif bukan berarti bahwa kondisinya tiba-tiba berubah. Atau denial bahwa kondisinya tidak favorable kepada saya. A positive attitude simply means that kalau saya melihat sebuah situasi, saya berpikir tentang solusinya apa, bukan fokus kepada problemnya apa. Atau yang teman-teman mungkin punya, gelasnya setengah penuh atau gelasnya setengah kosong. Sama-sama isinya botolnya 300 ml, airnya ada 150 ml. You say itu setengah penuh atau setengah kosong.
Yeah.
It is all in your attitude. It is not about the fact that airnya ada 150 ml.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's number 2. Number 3, a leaders that grows daily. A leaders that grows daily. Now, ada sebuah konsep yang penting pada saat kita cerita tentang high road leader. Padahal pada saat kita mau membangun jembatan, pada saat kita mau add value di dalam kehidupan orang lain, secara otomatis Anda harus punya air yang sudah ditimba terlebih dahulu untuk bisa dikasih ke orang lain. So now if you don't grow daily, it means you grow by the concept of the 1970s or the concept of 1980s and so on. I mean like, you met John Maxwell, dia umur 77 tahun, but look at that. Apa yang dia katakan, masih ada sesuatu yang menunjukkan setiap kira-kira 5-6 bulan, normally saya ketemu dengan John, and setiap kali saya ketemu, he has something new again. And pada saat saya tanya pertanyaan, pada saat saya update tentang apa yang sedang kita kerjakan, guess what? He did not have the same answer. Dia bilang begini, you gotta be thinking about this statement. You gotta do this statement. Beberapa waktu lalu saya tanya dia sebuah pertanyaan, dia bilang begini, David, let me ask you just one question. Dia gak pernah jawab pertanyaannya, dia bilang, I'm gonna ask you one question. He said like, if what you're doing is so good, why aren't anybody paying for it, David? That's it. One question.
Yeah.
It gets me thinking for 3 days.
Wow.
Right? Jadi seorang pemimpin yang high road, dia grows daily.
Yeah.
Dia grows daily. And let me add just one more thing. When I mean dengan grow daily, bukan karena kita bilang adalah, hari ini gue mesti bertumbuh. Kagak sih. Sama seperti kalau sekali lagi kita punya anak, kita gak bilang sama, nak, kamu bertumbuh ya hari ini ya. Dia gak akan bertumbuh. You know what you gotta do? Just give them the meal. The milk.
Yeah.
The broccoli.
Yeah.
And the egg.
Right.
And the protein.
Yeah.
And the carbo.
Of course.
Lu kasih aja dia makan. Terus dia bilang, olahraga ya.
Yeah.
dia bertumbuh sendiri. C is not the focus of I gotta grow. So simple question, right? Makan apa aja hari ini? Hari ini loh, bukan setahun sekali, bukan seminggu sekali, tapi setiap hari. Bukan cuman, Dave, September 21 lo ada acara ya, nanti gua hadir ya. Itu berarti sebulan sekali makannya. My question is like, hari ini sudah makan belum? Anda makan 3 kali sehari. Atau let's say you say, I'm an intermittent type person, man. Okay, berarti sehari makan sekali dong. Okay, hari ini udah makan sekali belum secara intelektual? Have you feed your leadership?
Right.
Have you feed your personal growth today?
Yeah.
Right? Kadang-kadang makannya 7 course dining, kadang-kadang makannya Indomie.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, tapi setiap hari makan.
Yeah.
So what do you do? Alright, that's number 3. Alright, I gotta go. Ada 10. Yang keempat, lead by example. Hero leader generally bukan berarti orang yang banyak ngomong itu salah. Hanya saja kalau cuma ngomong tapi nggak ada contoh yang dilakukan, what are you gonna do about it, right? Makanya ada pepatah yang mengatakan bahwa adalah I can't hear what you're saying because what you're doing is speaking so much louder than what you are saying.
Wow, that's good.
Right? Saya nggak bisa dengar yang sampean lagi ngomong karena action Anda lagi ngomong jauh lebih keras daripada yang lu ngomong, right? Another quote kasih tahu bahwa adalah nobody cares about what you say until they know that you care about them.
Yeah.
Jadi semua ini lagi kasih tahu bahwa leading by example. Kalau kalian seperti saya yang sudah baca buku John Maxwell atau sudah banyak baca buku, the concept of lead by example dengan kata yang berbeda-beda. Ada yang namanya follow me, ada yang namanya adalah show the result, that whatever you want to call it, konsepnya tetap sama. Yaitu adalah Anda perlu mencontohkannya, bukan mengajarkannya. And that's why it's a very, very important concept. That's number 4. Number 5, live intentionally. Hidup pakai tujuan. Bukan hidup cuma sekedar, well, today is Monday, I go to work. It's Tuesday. Well, I guess I have a job to do. It's a Wednesday. Well, it's already in the middle of the week. It's Thursday. Come on, buddy. One more day. And then it's Friday. Yippee, TGIF. Okay? Saturday and Sunday. Okay, I need just to relax, okay? It has been a long week. Okay? And then it gets to Monday. OMG, it's Monday again. Right? Kalau kita hidupnya seperti demikian, itu sebabnya sangat sulit untuk menjadi seorang pemimpin yang membangun jembatan dimanapun kita berada. I mean like, by now, Joe dan teman-teman yang sekarang lagi ada dalam ruangan ini, kalian dengar udah kayak, bosen Fit, lu ngomong itu lagi gitu. Yes, but I really learned this. It says that I choose to do the hard things in life so that I have the privilege to do the harder things in life. Saya pilihnya kerja ini yang susah, supaya saya mendapatkan kesempatan, mendapatkan kehormatan, a privilege untuk kerjakan sesuatu yang lebih susah lagi. I say it a different way. I say that, a life worth living for is a life worth fighting for.
Yeah.
Hidup yang layak untuk dihidupi adalah hidup yang layak untuk diperjuangkan. So now you gotta live your life intentionally.
Yeah.
High road leader itu dia punya sebuah tujuan, dia punya positive thinking, dan dia bilang adalah, okay, I know where I'm going, I know what's the challenge, and he says that, okay, now I'm gonna fight for it.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 hari belum sampai tujuan, I'm still gonna fight for it. And as you do it, then you're gonna get to your destination.
Yeah.
Alright, there's a old movie that maybe your generation never heard about it. It's called Forrest Gump. I don't know. You do know. I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
But if you ever get to watch that, the Forrest Gump's mom, pada prinsip dasarnya, untuk seorang Forrest Gump yang sebenarnya cacat, he basically say that you have a purpose on this planet Earth. So live your life intentionally. Alright, number 6. Exceed expectations. It's another concept yang kalian sudah pernah dengar saya sampaikan sebelumnya, but I'm gonna repeat myself. Kalau ada orang memberikan pada kita sebuah ekspektasi, dia bilang adalah, hey Dave, saya mau kamu bikin 100 dalam 1 minggu ya. 100 dalam 1 minggu itu, apakah menjadi sebuah ceiling atau menjadi sebuah floor daripada aktivitas kita? Apakah kita mau menjadi orang yang exceed expectation. Kita bilang kalau kamu mau 100 dalam waktu 5 hari, 100 dalam 5 hari itu merupakan batas bawah saya. Artinya dalam 5 hari saya mau kasih 120, atau saya akan kasih 100, tapi dalam waktu 4 hari. I tell this to my team all the time. I say that, here's what I need you guys to do. I need you to finish this by September 21, sebagai contohnya kayak gitu. And then I tell them, do you know what I really, really like? They all know what the answer to that question is. Welcome to my family. Jawabannya adalah, I like to be impressed. And I ask them, how do you impress David? They say like, I know how to do it. Kalau deadline-nya adalah September 21, kalau you selesaikan September 21, I am not impressed. I am impressed. When I say September 21, selesai kapan? September 11. I am impressed. Oh, selesainya September 21, tapi hasilnya 3 kali lipat. I am impressed. But if you gave the result on the date that I say, it is not impressive. It means you reach the expectation of the thing. So when I say exceed expectations, high road leaders have a tendency of like overdoing things. You know, nah, tentu dalam konteks yang positif. Because it's not a competition, bukan show untuk cari ketenaran. It's not like that. It's just simply that high road leader people itu dia bangun jembatan. Jadi dia bilang adalah, aduh, Mas, kalau cuma maunya begitu doang, tak kasih yang lebih deh. Kira-kira sedemikian. Alright, one more other tips. You want to exceed expectation. Nah, kalian adalah pemimpin usaha. Ask yourself these questions. How do you give away your business for free and make $1 million? Karena kalau sebenarnya cuma sekedar, well, I'll give you value, you pay me, ya dengan otomatis ya, bagus gak? Ya bagus. It's just repeating everybody's expectation. Tapi kalau semuanya kita kasih sesuatu ya, sebagai contohnya aja, value-nya adalah 1 miliar. Tapi kemudian harganya berapa? 100 juta. Kalau kalian yang dengar saya tanya pertanyaan itu, menurut kalian itu mahal atau murah? Actually, a better question is it affordable? Is it logical? Is it manageable? 3 questions. Because kalau kita bilang, value-nya berapa? 1 miliar. Harganya berapa? 100 juta. Loh, kalau pakai kata diskon ya, diskon 90%. Tapi pada saat kita berpikirnya, dengan berpikir adalah, pokoknya mau cari yang paling murah, yang gratis saja. Belinya mau yang gratis, tapi jualnya mau setinggi-tingginya. You're not creating value, but you're asking for a price. For something that has no value, even if you charge $1, people will still say, too expensive. Ada barang yang lebih parah dari itu. Udah gratis, nobody even wants to buy it. Nobody even wants to use it. Okay? Manage expectations. Nomor 7, equip other people. Ini adalah kayak the holy grail of high road leadership. Kalau Anda bilang adalah, I'm a high road leader, I build bridges in a world that divides. Terus kayak bilang gini, siapa yang sudah kamu perlengkapi? And then he said like, what do you need? Look at me, lihat nih, saya ada David Cokro Raharjo, BSc, MSc, PhD, dan you know whatever title semuanya gitu. But then I was like, whoa, not about how you have equipped yourself, but how have you equipped other people? Pertanyaan yang sering saya tanya pada para CEO saya adalah, kalau seseorang ikut Anda selama 3 hari, 3 minggu, 3 bulan, 3 tahun, apalagi 30 tahun, I have a question. Orang itu yang kerja buat Anda, dia jadi lebih pintar, atau jadi sama, atau jadi lebih goblok? Kalau lebih pintar, lebih pintarnya 10%, 50%, 500%, atau 5.000%? This is the absolute high road leadership question. Bukti bahwa seseorang adalah high road, orang-orang di sekitar dia semuanya jadi tambah jagoan. Kalau orang itu, on a worst case scenario, dia either mau di quote unquote dibajak sama orang lain, atau we have to let that person go, atau perusahaan kita bangkrut sebagai contohnya. Kalau ikut kita gajinya berapa? Sekarang pada saat orang lain mau offer dia mau diminta gaji berapa? You know how often people ask me question like this? They say, Fit, habis kita ikut orang ya semuanya kayak begini ya, terus dia dibajak sama orang lain, capek deh equip orang. Itu ciri-ciri khas. Maybe you're not a low road leader, but maybe you are a mid road leader. A high road leader, kalau saya boleh kata ya, pride, even though we shouldn't, tapi kebanggaan saya adalah orang-orang saya diinginkan oleh another 5 organisasi di luar situ. Just imagine for 1 second, if you own a company, Anda punya 20 orang di dalam tim itu. Nobody wants your people. Lu offer pun gak ada yang mau kasih dapat. Apalagi suruh bayar 2 kali lipat gaji yang Anda bayar. Do you really want to change like that? And then you wonder like this, kenapa kita punya perusahaan gak capai-capai ya tim goalnya ya? Ya soalnya anak buahnya lu semuanya kalibernya semuanya kaliber loyo-loyo semuanya. But look at the people in the successful team. Any day, orang itu bilang adalah, I'm out. Dia dapat kerjaan yang lain, dia dapat bisnis yang lain, and income-nya berkali-kali lipat. So, my pride is that my people is a high-demand team. People want my team. People want to bajak my team. With that, a high road leader, you got to be smart. So now I got to have strategy, and I have to be even better leader for my people, so that even if somebody offer you 2 kali salary, 3 kali salary, you say like, thanks but no thanks. I'm orangnya dated. Which one is lebih keren? So that's ciri-ciri khas daripada high road leader. Okay, my time keep on going. All right. So okay. So I was at number 7. So number 8, consistent. High road leader are consistent people. Orang yang konsisten artinya adalah setiap hari kalau bangun pagi, it's very simple guys. You gotta ask yourself, saya setiap pagi bangun saya ngapain? Bisa gak kasih tahu sama saya dari Senin sampai Jumat, jam kerja sebagai contohnya. Waktu Anda bangun, soalnya jam 7 pagi Anda bangun, what do you do at 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. before you actually leave for the office? Every single day. Okay? Anda masuk ke kantor, what are the 5 things that you do every single day at your work? You know, before you go to sleep, what are the 5 things that you do every single day? You meet any type of people yang punya kapasitas yang besar, they are all 100% of the time, all are consistent people. Bukan orang yang Senin Kamis. Today I feel good, so I go to the gym. Tomorrow, kemarin baru tidur jam 10 malam, so I guess today I don't need to go to the gym. You know, tomorrow-nya lagi, well, it's a bit cloudy. Maybe I shouldn't go to the gym. Hari Kamis, I said, wow, I feel good today. I think I should go to the gym. Gak konsisten. Right? Okay, anyway, nomor 8. Nomor 9, 2 more. Nomor 9. A catalyst for transformation. A high road leader. Dia adalah katalis untuk transformasi. Nomor 1, dia tidak transactional. He is about transformational job. But here's what is important about a high road leader. A high road leader, they are catalysts. They're not necessarily kalau saya disebut sebagai quote-unquote presidir, saya baru mau jalan. Atau kalau ini adalah organisasi saya, di mana title saya adalah I'm the founder. Okay, I want to do it. So I hope this is useful, and I hope this is not shocking to some of you, because this is just getting to know each other melalui Maxwell Leadership Indonesia podcast. But people ask me like all the time, orang tanya, how do you get John Maxwell to do business with you? Dan beberapa orang yang tanya saya adalah uangnya lebih banyak, lebih terkenal dari saya, and things like that. And I can honestly tell you, I never actually mencoba untuk mendapatkan John Maxwell. What I really want to do pada saat saya pertama kali interact dengan timnya John Maxwell, and later on ketemu sama Mark Cole, and then ketemu dengan John Maxwell, dan interaksi even more, apa yang saya dengarkan yaitu adalah saya mendengarkan bahwa ini adalah sekumpulan orang-orang yang betul-betul percaya bahwa segala sesuatu dimulai dan diakhiri dari para pemimpin. That they are in the business of raising leaders. Okay? Now, is there a payment? Of course. But they want to build people. So I went home. On every meeting, I talk to my wife and I say, mereka punya mimpi dan visi untuk bangun Indonesia, padahal bukan orang Indonesia. And I say, I want to take part of it. See, I'm catalyst for transformation, not because bonusnya ya, sekarang saya disebut sebagai foundernya Maxwell Leadership Indonesia, but it's a bonus, bukan karena itu yang dikejar. Itu adalah side effect-nya. Because once again, leadership is all influence. but it is kept by a position.
Yeah.
Kalau saya cuma bantu sebab dapat influence-nya, tapi saya bukan Maxwell Leadership Indonesia founder, of course ada batasan-batasan yang saya nggak bisa. So you need influence and you need position, right?
Yeah.
So you put it all together.
Yeah.
All right, so that's number 9. And number 10, the last one, allow room for faith and ideology. A hybrid leader, sekali lagi seperti saya dan istri saya, dari kasat mata, boy oh boy, we are so different in so many different things. Tapi hanya karena kita berbeda pendapat, and I want to be a bit more specific, di negara kita berbeda ras, kita berbeda gender, kita berbeda ideologi, kita berbeda agama, I'm not sure what else, berbeda sosiopolitik, ekonomi.
Yeah.
Kita boleh berbeda, tetapi a higher leader, dia punya satu kapasitas. Ruangannya nggak cuma 10 meter persegi. Ruangannya adalah 100,000 hektar. It's very big, right? I teach my people, I teach my children, and I say that salah satu staples daripada seorang pemimpin adalah drawing a bigger circle and include others. Now pay attention that I teach my people that you gotta draw a bigger circle. I didn't say don't draw a circle. Artinya siapa aja boleh ikut sama kita. Because the fact of the matter is, ada orang-orang yang mungkin tidak memiliki common ground apapun dengan kita. And I think that is fine. Tetapi jangan bikin lingkarannya sekecil mungkin. And you become an exclusive part. And he says that, well, if you don't have my hairstyle, you don't have my glasses, you don't wear my clothes, you don't wear my ring, you don't wear this house, you're not part of me. When you draw a bigger circle, mau rambutnya putih atau botak atau tebal, keriting, lurus, panjang, pendek, kerukat, it doesn't matter. You are one of us. You know, matanya sipit, matanya gede, alis matanya tebal, tipis, it doesn't matter. Lehernya tebal atau tidak, who cares?
Yeah.
Panjang atau pendek? Ngerti gak? You draw a bigger circle and include people in your circle of life. That is the staples of a high road leader. Jadi ada 10 hal yang sudah disampaikan. September 21 is our event. I hope you will join us. I'll give you back the mic, my friends.
Exactly, and 21 September is an invitation buat kalian yang sudah mendengarkan 10 poin David tadi. Dan kalau misalnya ada kalian yang ngerasa, hey, you know what? I want to be that leader. Atau mungkin kalian ngerasa di tempat kalian saat ini, we do need that leader. And a leader is the one that starts first, my friend. Buat kalian tadi sudah tergerak, 21st of September, we are going to hold an event called High Road Leadership, di mana tujuan kami adalah membantu kalian untuk menjadi pemimpin yang lebih baik lagi, untuk bisa memimpin dimanapun kalian berada. And the people who's going to speak are amazing people. David Chokro will be there. Miss Mary Riana will also be there. Other partners from Maxwell Leadership Indonesia will also be there. And we actually have something special for you. Buat kalian suka banget memperkaya diri sendiri dengan more leadership insights. Hey, can't wait. Registration is open already. So, can't wait to see you there. Dan mungkin buat kalian yang masih berpikir tentang high road leader. Kayak sebenarnya Joe, high road leaders itu apa sih? Mungkin kalau buat aku, high road leader itu adalah seperti ini. Bayangkan kalian lagi ada di office, atau di keluarga, atau teman-teman kampus, atau apapun itu. And then you have this problem with a person. Dan kayaknya orang tuh orang yang kalian gak suka, orang yang kalian kesel banget gitu. Aduh, gak suka banget gue sama teman kelompok gue yang ini gitu. Teman kelompok gue yang ini dia malas belajar, malas kerja. Atau teman kantor yang kerjanya suka pergi terus, gak pernah ngerjain kerjaan dia. Tapi kalau ada kerjaan minta tolong gue. And then you see one other person doesn't necessarily have to be a leader dalam konteks supervisor atau boss atau manager. Tapi this person itu yang mengenal kalian, mengerti kalian, tapi at the same time dia juga mengerti orang yang kalian tidak suka. So instead of langsung ngomong ke orang yang gak suka and like, hey, you know what, gue gak suka lu, kalian bakal ngomong ke orang tadi, to that leader yang mengerti kalian berdua. Now that person is a high road leader. Karena that person leads a life di mana saat ada dua divisi yang berbeda, he can build bridges. Now, if you want to be that person, we want to add more value to you. So, can't wait to see you there. And talking about high road leader, what about you, David? What do you think being a high road leader means?
Well, the high road leader book itself is beberapa ratus halaman.
Yep.
There's 12 poin yang kita akan sampaikan.
Yeah.
So I think that if I have to tweet in a shorter version, how do leadership have to fall in love with this word? Yaitu namanya adalah exchanging values. Values adalah sesuatu yang kita hidupi, sesuatu yang bikin kita melakukan beberapa hal di dalam kehidupan kita. So you need to exchange it. Nah, values ini ada yang berguna buat saya, ada yang berguna buat Joe. Pertanyaannya adalah, saya lebih sering kasih ke Joe atau saya lebih sering ambil dari Joe?
Yeah.
And then I think that is what a high road leadership looks like. By the end of the day, if you put it on a scale, ditaruh di sebuah timbangan, lebih banyak yang saya tangan ini untuk memberi, atau tangan ini adalah untuk mengambil. Kalau semuanya lebih banyak ngambil, ada punya 10 jam satu hari untuk kerja, dan 9,5 jam adalah mengambil, and then cuma setengah jam untuk memberi kepada orang lain. Itu pun kalau dipaksa baru memberi, sebagai contohnya. That is like a full definition in my opinion. When you put it on a scale like that, kita tidak tahu bahwa adalah maybe I'm not as a high road leader as I am. Gak bangun jembatan gitu. Taunya cuma bisa menikmati, taunya dia belum bisa mengambil gitu. Tapi kalau the other way around and you say that, oh no, we've been building bridges over here. We've been bridging both. Berarti kita ada satu exchange of values yang kita berikan, where we are more of a giver than a taker.
That's good.
Right? What can you give? Pertanyaannya kayak begitu. I think there are 3 things. Setiap manusia di muka bumi ini paling sedikit memiliki 3 aset penting ini. Yang pertama namanya adalah waktu. Joe punya 24 jam satu hari, so am I.
Yeah.
Everybody punya 24 jam. Pertanyaan saya adalah 24 jamnya ada yang bisa dikasih gak ya? Sebagai contohnya, it requires you 20 detik atau 2 menit setiap hari. Cuma sekedar begini doang. Hari ini siapa ulang tahun ya? Dan kemudian kita tulis Happy Birthday Joe. I just remember about the first time we met, and I just want to say that thank you for being a good friend. I hope you celebrate your birthday today with a lot of friends and a lot of laughter. It takes you 20 seconds to do that, but you are giving a part of your time, a part of your life, yang dalam 20 detik bisa main game untuk dapetin another star or another whatever. But you are giving, you're not keeping. I've been doing this for quite some time, and setiap kali saya ulang tahun, I have a bunch of people yang tidak tidur sampai di malam sebelumnya di jam 00.00. You know why? Karena di ulang tahun mereka, di hari jadi mereka, di hari ulang tahun istrinya, di hari ulang tahun anak-anaknya, kadang-kadang orang tuanya dan seterusnya, I actually remember it. So they say like, ada ya orang kayak Davin kayak gitu. So now they give back in return, di mana dia tungguin sampai tengah malam lewat 00.00, 01, and then he say like, Happy birthday Dave, I'm going to sleep now. So what is it that you do? That's number 1, you give time. Number 2, you can give people. You can give friendship. You can give your network. Gak usah jadi agen dunia. Kalau ditelepon, mana phone gua, mana komisi gua. Not like that. Kita duduk, John like to say this, he said, I like to ask people, is there anybody that you know that I need to know? Dan sebelum itu dia tanya, is there anybody that I know that I can introduce to you? So you introduce people in your life. Gak pakai uang nih soalnya. And of course, number 3, you can also exchange values by giving your money. So I fully realize beberapa dari kalian lagi mendengarkan ini, mungkin kalian adalah, wow. Uang saya lagi dipakai untuk bayar cicilan, lagi ada bangun bisnis, lagi ada begitu. So I can't really give them money, right? Okay, then don't give money. But what about your time? What about your network? There's something that you can give right now. Okay? And maybe there's another 17 things that you can do, but those are the 3 things.
Yeah, we can always cover more things. And there are 10 things yang tadi David sempat bahas. By the way, friends, are you taking notes? Kalau belum, it's okay, I'll read it to you. Mungkin beberapa dari kalian lagi nyetir atau lagi going to the gym. That's fine. Thank you for sparing your time. Tapi in case you didn't get the 10 things, I'm gonna read it to you. Pertama adalah, a high road leader adalah pemimpin yang menghargai orang lain. Yang kedua adalah pemimpin memiliki sikap positif. Ketiga adalah pemimpin yang bertumbuh setiap hari. Keempat adalah memberikan contoh. Yang kelima adalah hidup dengan tujuan. Keenam, melebihi ekspektasi. Ketujuh adalah memperlengkapi orang lain. Kedelapan adalah konsisten. Kesembilan adalah menjadi katalis untuk perubahan. Yang kesepuluh adalah membuka ruang untuk idealisme atau iman atau faith. I want to know from you, David. from those 10 things, of course, the whole 10 things is important. But if we simplify and give just one untuk orang-orang yang ngedengerin, what will you give them?
Value other people. Add value to other people. I think at the end of the day, 9 yang lain bisa dihubungkan kepada satu poin itu. Is that you make it into a mission that today I'm going to add value to other people. Now let me show you a couple of things that you all bisa menjadi orang-orang yang diuntungkan because I choose to do this every single day. I'm a Christian, so every day I devote myself a time untuk melakukan hal-hal yang religius buat saya. Nah setelah saya lakukan itu, I take extra 5 menit sampai 10 menit untuk merangkumkan apa yang saya rasakan secara spiritual, apa yang saya pelajari secara spiritual. I take 5-10 minutes to type it out. Kadang-kadang 3 paragraf, kadang-kadang 1 paragraf, kadang-kadang 7 paragraf. So it takes me 20 minutes now. Jadi gak setiap hari panjangnya sama, tapi secara konsisten setiap hari saya taruh. So that I put it in a WhatsApp group that when my wife, my daughter, and my second child son is actually in that group. So they can read apa yang papanya hari ini tulis. Jadi mereka bisa dikayakan oleh Tanah David. Now, besoknya tetap taruh di ruangan di dalam untuk anak-anak saya. But now I put it in a place called DJ Inner Circle, which is you are inside. And orang-orang yang ada di dalam lingkaran inti saya. So I add value sudah. Besoknya lagi, I put for my family, but I also put in another WhatsApp group yang relevan. Obviously, this is religious stuff. I don't put it in a public space. So every single day, I add values to other people. I never stop doing it. I've been doing it for maybe 15, 17 years. Okay? And sometimes, nobody even say thank you.
Right.
Kalau zaman sekarang, nobody put an emoticon.
Right, or a love emoji.
When you see the emoji.
Yeah.
But that's not the point of why you're doing it. See? If you want to be a high road leader, you build bridges. You never know when somebody needs it.
Yeah.
Okay? Bayangkan, dalam konteks religius, kalau seseorang, semuanya hari saya cerita tentang bagaimana menjaga mata kita, supaya matanya gak liar. Baik itu lihat duit, atau lihat dalam konteks kita laki-laki, perempuan, dan things like that. Kalau tunggu orangnya ada masalah, baru saya taruh postingan itu, dia akan bilang gini, Fit, gua udah lagi jatuh sakit, lu mau nyakitin gua juga. Lu mau burui gua. See, if you do it only in the time of the need, that's why it's very difficult to become a high road leader.
Yeah.
My job is to build bridges.
Yeah.
My job is to exchange values.
Yeah.
That's all I want to do. Right? Pakainya mungkin mudah-mudahan gak pernah dipakai dalam konteks ini, tapi mungkin pakainya adalah 17 tahun kemudian. Well, you know what? At least you have added value to that. Tapi pakai nanti 17 tahun lagi. So that's fine. Right? One of the things that I do, kalau kalian ikut saya di Instagram, kita ada jurnal, community, namanya DT Thoughts.
Yeah.
Now, I don't write there every single day, but I think that I write maybe 50% to 70% of a week. I constantly write my thoughts in there. Hanya untuk beberapa, I think 1,000 sekian orang yang mau mendengarkan, ya then go there and listen to it. Di dalam Instagram feed-nya saya. I try my very best. Every time I learn something, kita taruh di dalam di situ. We have a business, tapi ada apa yang kita bisa taruh di dalam Instagram kita yang kita bisa add value kepada kalian-kalian. You know? So you continue doing it.
Yeah.
Jadi ini ada sesuatu yang menurut saya kalau kita udah dasarnya adalah value people. Because sebagai contohnya, I post in WAG. Emang siapa yang bayar saya?
Yeah, no one.
Kalau saya taruh di Instagram, baik itu di highlights atau itu di about feed atau itu di jurnal, emang siapa yang bayarin saya? Kagak ada. As if there's anything, our Instagram actually is using a lot of resources to produce.
Yeah.
A video like this, a podcast like this, it also costs us money. But you see, if you want to be a high road leader, kita bilang adalah we value the people. And because we value the people, we say that we want to add value.
Yeah.
Dengan batasan masing-masing.
Yeah.
For some of you, it's like, okay, I can do 1 carousel per bulan. Then do it. For some of you, it's like, okay, I can do it like David, 1 hari 3. Then do it. What is it that you can do? Nah, udah satu hal yang kita perlu lakukan menjadi hero leader, continues to add values in somebody's life. Either directly atau indirectly. Just keep on doing the right thing. Just keep on doing the right move. Just keep on doing it. That's all you gotta do.
That's all you gotta do.
Yeah.
And to add value other people, mungkin kadang nggak terlalu perlu dipersulit. I mean, you could just smile to the person that you meet di kantor, to the university, to just say hi, or to even simply, as you mentioned, David, is to simply give them a quick thought, atau give them a happy birthday note, or anything of a matter. Mungkin buat teman-teman juga yang ngerasa kayak, yeah, you know, but making carousels not my thing. Well, you don't have to add value to people. And again, mungkin kalau misalnya kalian juga ngerasa, yeah, but no one added value to me. Maybe you're the one who was called to be the leader to add value to other people, right? Last question, David, and then we're going to take this away. From all those 10 things you mentioned about how to become a leader that add value to other people. Tapi mungkin buat teman-teman yang lebih ter-challenge, I want to be a high road leader. And mungkin mereka bakal mikir ya, you know what, I'm gonna come on September 21st, for sure. And mungkin buat mereka juga yang kayak, you know what, I'm gonna buy the book, John, but I can't wait, I wanna do it now. How can they be a high road leader?
Well, look, kalau kita mau high road leader, berarti kita continue to add value kepada orang lain. But here's the thing about adding value to other people. The reason why saya bisa tulis in average, berarti saya mungkin tulis about, let's call it 10 sampai 30 paragraph per hari. If you do it for 300 days out of 365 days, you know, that is segitu banyak ribuan paragraph per tahun, and I've been doing this for minimum 15 or 18 years. That's how much I've written, right? Tapi untuk kita bisa nulis itu, you have to have content, right? I mean, like, if you don't have content, ya tiap hari tulisnya adalah, yes you can, yes you can, yes you can. Itu adalah apa? Adalah, say together with me, yes I can. Itu jadi tulis apa lagi? I can do it. If I can do it, I think you can do it. Right. Tomorrow, you do with a different accent. We all can do it. And then tomorrow, you do it with a different translation. You say like, 你可以，我也是可以. I mean, like, but if that's all your content, of course you cannot do thousands and 8,000. Jadi kalau kita mau add value dalam kehidupan orang lain, immediately, which is, I will bahas ini lebih banyak di tanggal 21, it means that you have to equip yourself. Kita gak bisa cuma bilang adalah, okay, I want to add value to other people's life. Okay, that's what I want to do. Tapi pada saat I give you the call, literally untuk Joe, I give you the call. You want to add value, Joe? Come and follow me to USA. Go be a certified member. I'm gonna equip you, pay for the price.
Right.
And then semuanya kalau Joe jawabnya gini, ya jangan gitu dong, Fit. Ya saya pokoknya mau bantu orang, saya mau add value, Fit. Cuma ya kalau suruh bayar, tunggu dulu deh, belum waktunya.
Right.
You know? Gimana, Fit? Travelingnya berapa lama, Fit? Gila, 8 hari di Amerika, Fit. Terus gak ada jalan-jalannya. Tiap hari belajar 8 hari berturut-turut. Lu pikir gue masih anak kuliah ya? Semuanya. If that's your attitude, then you will never get to your destination. The fact is, you not only want to add value, but you also willing to pay for the price so that you can be equipped to become that high road leader. Nah, jadi ini ada balancing act yang harus dilakukan. Let me tell you something different. Sekarang kalian panggil saya sebagai kakak. Kalian panggil saya sebagai coach. I am your leader. I am your boss. I'm your bapak. Nah sekarang kalau saya jadi pemimpin kalian, terus I'm satisfied dengan di mana sekarang saya berada. Kebetulan waktu kita pulang dari Amerika Serikat beberapa minggu yang lalu, you know, you sit next to me dari perjalanan pulang dari Amerika pergi ke Jakarta, right? And as we sit next to each other, you saw that in the airport, I spent $100, gak sampai tapi ya kira-kira segitu. And I bought a couple magazines. Kita beli majalah dari Harvard Business, dari MIT, and dari beberapa majalah, semua majalah besar-besar. Because they are scholars in America, and they put together articles dari profesor-profesor yang hebat-hebat cerita tentang artificial intelligence. So now the flight from America pergi ke Jakarta membutuhkan waktu kira-kira 24 jam. What do you do in that 24 hours? Well, I didn't just say that my name is David. I'm not necessarily your friend. I want to be your coach. And tapi ilmunya apa? Ya udah ya dari itu kemarin waktu 20 tahun lalu bangun ya itu. Nah ilmunya it's not. I realize AI is gonna change the world.
Yeah.
I already know about AI. We invest in AI,
Yeah.
but I still need to know more. So what do? We buy those books. I spend $100. I sit for 24 hours. Masih perlu makan, masih perlu pergi ke WC, masih ada nonton, masih ada tidur.
Yeah.
But I finished all the readings that I buy, $100 in 24 hours gross. And then I make summary. And I say, now this is AI. Waktu saya pulang ke Indonesia, 2 hari kemudian, I met with my partners. And I say that this is AI. Here's the key next step.
Yeah.
You either have to say, I agree, I disagree. Which one you agree, which one you disagree. The next time you see me, which is about 30 hari dari sekarang, you're going to present to me, what is it that we're going to stand for as a company tentang AI. So you see, you got to equip yourself, spend the money, spend the time, spend the effort, build a team.
Yeah.
You have to be willing to do that. Jadi kalau mulai sekarang atau tanggal 21 atau 3 bulan atau 3 tahun dari sekarang, or you never interact with us anymore, that's my message. I want you to add values to people. Whatever it is yang kalian belajar dari podcast ini, you got it? Okay, now work on it. Okay? But then you have to invest in yourself. For some of you, means pergi ke tanggal 21. For some of you, it means you become one of our Maxwell certified member. For some of you, means you never do anything, and then you just read a different book, a different program, and do something. But whatever it is, you still have to equip yourself so now you can give the fullest benefit, the fullest value kepada orang-orang di sekitar kita.
And true story, guys. I literally sat next to David the whole 6.5 hours flight from Japan to Jakarta. I was amazed by how much someone can read. I was literally sitting here, ngeliat ke kanan, and the whole 5 hours, yes, he was asleep for like 15 minutes, go to the restroom, drink, but the rest of the time, he was literally reading 160-something page Harvard Business Review. And at the end of the 1 hour flight before we reached Jakarta, aku bilang to David, you know what? Can I actually borrow your book? And I borrowed the book. He gave it to me. I opened it, and he actually did make summaries about it. And I was just like amazed with this guy. I was like, how can someone read like 4 or 5 hours on a flight and make summaries? And I was like giving back the book, and I was like, yeah, this guy is something. So he is exactly someone that walks the talk. So anyways, that is High Road Leadership. And again, by the way, we did the 8 days. We listened from John Maxwell right away tentang High Road Leadership. And we really have a heart to share with you. So buat kalian datang di September 21, we can't wait to share more with you. And that's the podcast for today. We really hope you earn some value so you can lead yourself better. You can lead others better. For some of you, you are going to make money while making an impact for other people. That's it from us today. We'll see you on the next episode. Take care.